trying to decide whether or not to get your kiddo a smartphone?
Yep, Dina Kupfer is live in Sacramento learning how to, we're going to call her Julissa this morning. She is live this morning learning more on how to keep them safe. And also,
you want to start over? Do you
yeah,
want to start over?
3, 2, 1,
Let's
fix
run it
the
back,
post.
run it back, run it back.
Julissa Ortiz is live this morning with all of that information. Hey, who?
Hey, who?
Hey, it's so good to see you. Yes, we are at UBreakIFix right here at their Arden location. Okay, John, I'm going to guess your little one doesn't have a cell phone just quite yet.
No, not yet.
Okay, Court, how old was Mariah when she got her first cell phone?
She was 13.
13. Okay, good. Okay, so because that's the big question in our house right now, right? My 12-year-old wants a cell phone. Mom, can I get a cell phone? She's probably one of 3 kids in her class that doesn't have a cell phone. And of course, Julio, right behind her. Mom, I want one too.
Right.
Dude, you're 8. You got a long way to go.
You got a ways to go.
So we are with the experts this morning. We are with Charles this morning. So what is the age, are you hearing, that, you guys are here, speaking of cell phone, what is the age that you're hearing that people are getting their kids their first cell phone?
So I'm seeing, I know, very.
That's I mean, we're happy. I can answer
Can't they
that.
see you on TV?
Hello?
People, he's on.
The ages of 12 and 13 going up. The second they start hitting middle school, they're wanting to
exactly.
be more social.
Yeah.
They want to be able to keep in contact with their friends.
Right.
And that can open the door for a lot of bad things out there on the internet.
And I always feel, I'm like, but you have an iPad, right? You can do all the same things, right? But I feel like I have a little bit more control. Speaking of control, that's where you're going to help us out, because there's a lot of features on here, both for the Apple and the Android, that parents may not be aware of, that they can actually continue to control.
Exactly. Really good place to start if you have any Apple products is go into your settings on your child's device and scroll down. You're going to find an option called screen time. If you can't find it, just type it in, and this is going to be the first line of defense. That's going to allow you to set up any locks for time, what apps they have access to, blocks on the internet, and it's very simple. You just need to click add limit, and then you can choose the application categories, and then you can set a timer. 3 hours a night sounds good.
So this is pretty cool, because not only can you set the screen time for the entire iPad, but you can also do different categories, right?
Yes.
Because, I know, like, my 12-year-old, she needs her device oftentimes for homework, so maybe you can kind of specify different areas.
Exactly. And when it comes down to doing research, maybe they don't, maybe you want to put a block on their YouTube, but they do use YouTube for a little bit of research. You can go ahead and use the YouTube Kids app, which is a fantastic application that allows children to use YouTube. But it blocks out 95% of all the stuff that's on there, just primarily for stuff for kids. You have an option if you're a child or if you're the parent of the device to set it up for them. And there are also similar features with Samsung devices for the screen time locks. There is a 2-application setup that you have to do, but if you go through the settings under device well-being and battery management, it's very simple. It takes you step by step. Just have your device and the child's device in front of you when you're doing it, and you should be good to rock and roll.
Okay, so there you go, my friends. So there are different controls available for parents on both the Android and the Apple, right? So you can make sure that you stay in control of those devices. They think they're in control, but really, mom and dad are still in control. All right, so do I give her the cell phone or do I wait? That's the question, my friends.
I'm just hoping somebody comes up with like a hard and fast rule by the time it's an issue for me.
I know. Tracy Humphrey was mentioning there's a watch that you can get the kids where they can, so I guess it's the Apple Watch, where you can, get phone calls, text messages, but you can't surf.
Yes.
So that eliminates
Right, and
the
you know what? There are a
exposure.
couple kids in her class that do have the watch instead, which I like, because yes, you can still communicate with them, but it still eliminates some of that bad stuff.
That might be the way to go.
Yeah, might be the way
So
to go.
that might be an option.
Okay, thank you, Who.
Good stuff.
By the way,
child.
I like how Courtney, the destroyer of group texts with her green bubbles, acting like she's never heard of the Apple Watch.
It's
Apparently,
a watch.
there's a watch that you.
I believe they call it an Apple Watch.
Yeah.